You would think I would have a lot to say on the release of the PS5 and Series X, but given time to consider all factors in this console war and the innovation of time passing, I have a better perspective. Obviously, the first console to come to mind is the PS5, and it does statistically outperform every other console, not including PC, on the market, despite the fact that its CPU is 0.3 GHz less powerful than the Series X's, which is stupid that I have to say. For GPU nerds, it has been said the performance of the PlayStation 5 is similar to that of an RTX 2070, but can range up to a 3060, and the PS5's other specs can be seen on screen now. Nowadays, with overhauled games and exclusive releases, getting the biggest and the best is the most important aspect of setup purchases for most people, many flocking to expensive GPUs and CPUs, getting the newest consoles and the newest hardware. But the truth, and I would know from experience playing on the shitbox and a PS4, that the world of next gen is just a cash grab. Almost every next gen game can feasibly run on the PS4, based on statistics, and bang for your buck graphics cards are better than ever. But I'm done talking about throwing away money on the next best thing, and I'm done talking about the more popular choice in console gaming. Let's move on to Xbox. Just that people can't flame me for saying this, if you don't want to take my word on this, do your own research with the links in the description, but Microsoft, the company behind Xbox, is one of the most sinister and greedy gaming companies of all time, and one of the most corrupt in general. I have nothing but respect for the higher-ups like Bill himself, but at this point in time, and for the past decade, all this company has cared about is money. Which is why their old consoles hardly work and their new ones are also just cash grabs so people can play new shitty exclusives in 4K, before anyone even has the 4K gaming equipment. Don't take this the wrong way, I grew up on Xbox, but the keyword is grew up, and then bought a PlayStation. Xbox is unreliable, the exclusives are arguably shittier, the player base is indisputably ass, and the parent company are full of bigwig racists and dickheads. Another shit tier company coming up, Nintendo. I've never kept it a secret some of the shit Nintendo has been doing is fucky. They deteriorate and sue people using their content under fair use, sue a man and imprison him for $10 million for hacking a few Switches, and they're probably gonna fuck Palworld. Not that anyone gives a shit about that game anymore, anyhow. But Nintendo produces some of the greatest games of all time, winning Game of the Year in my list and entertaining millions. With all that being said, is the Switch a good console? No. Even when it was released, its hardware was shit. Not even considering its unbearable specs, the Joy-Con technology doesn't even compare to the Wii sticks. Nintendo consoles haven't always been exceptional, but they are usually powerful to an extent for their time period. I don't want to go into the deformities this has on Switch gaming because it can run Nintendo optimized games perfectly, and once again, these are some of the greatest games of all time. The Switch is mid, but it is still a must-have, and so is the Wii, GameCube, 64, and NES. I don't want to get into mobile gaming or previous consoles, I just wanted to provide some intel and educated opinions and now a final verdict. Out of PC, PS5, Series X, and I suppose S, and Nintendo Switch, what do I think? All things considered, the best choice out of the grouping will have to be a PS5. I would consider waiting till there are more factors leading into your purchase, and maybe even get a PS4 because the resale is cheap. For gaming, a PC will be expensive, but if you can afford it, it is a decent purchase. The Xbox is only good for some gaming with friends that got fucked into buying a shitty console, so don't purchase that. And the Switch is a great purchase despite its abnormalities.